The crazy man you see attacking the elderly female judge is 30-year-old Debora Redden. Debora Redden was brought into the Clark County District Court in Las Vegas, Nevada, in early January of 2024. Redden, who is a 3-time felon before this incident, was brought into the courtroom to face an aggravated battery charge. Everything seemed to be calm, with nothing out of the ordinary, until the judge proceeded to read Redden his sentencing. And out of nowhere, Redden decided to run up to the judge, jump onto her, and proceeds to attack her while being surrounded by multiple officers.
I would have no issue with that, but to suspend it rather than just send him to prison for any length of time. I think it makes more sense given the circumstances and his ability to do probation successfully that he given this opportunity.
I appreciate that, but I think it's time that he gets a taste of something else because I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court.
Hey! Whoa, 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 hey! Whoa! Hey! Hey! Judge, man, what the fuck wrong with you? What the hell wrong with you, man?
A week later, Redden was brought in again, and astonishingly enough, it was the same female judge he attacked previously. This time, Redden can be seen wearing a spit mask and mittens preventing him from potentially causing harm to the judge again or anyone else. He was given 4 years in prison for the initial charge of aggravated battery.
All right, this is on for the continuation of Mr. Redden's sentencing. Over the last year, arguments were concluded and the court had begun to pronounce sentence when an incident occurred, an incident initiated by Mr. Redden, preventing the court from completing sentencing. That is the sole purpose for today's hearing. Any other issues that may arise from the events that occurred last Wednesday will be handled at a future date by a different court. For purposes of the record, I want to make it clear that I am not changing or modifying the sentence I was in the process of imposing last week before I was interrupted by defendant's actions. I am making my calendar page from that day an exhibit for the court. As it existed the moment I walked in, prior to anything happening, nothing's been changed, indicating the sentence I intended to impose. How do I do that for a moment? All right, that being said, in accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court does now sentence you in addition to the $25 administrative assessment fee, $150 DNA fee, the $3 DNA administrative assessment fee, and $250 indigent defense fee, 19 to 48 months in the Nevada Department of Corrections. How much credit for time served does he have?
It's 0 days. He was on probation when he committed the offense and was revoked on probation to serve the jail time October 25th. That time it expired at about the time of the plea. So
0 days credit. Mr. Almassi, if that's different, let us know and we'll fix it.
I will.
The motion to quash mandatory is moved at this point. And for the record, I just reflexively wrote 0 days credit time served on the notes exhibit that I just said. So that is an addition as of right now.
That's correct. The probation case number, just for the record, is C370775.
Thank you. Thank you.
Redden appeared in court once again for the attack on the female judge. This time, he is being charged with attempted murder, plus 12 serious charges added onto the attempted murder charge.
Mr. Redden, have you been given a copy of the criminal complaint this morning?
Yes, I have been given one.
You're being charged with count 1, attempt murder, victim 60 years of age or older, a felony. Count 2, battery on a protected person resulting in substantial bodily harm, victim 60 years of age or older, a felony. Count 3, extortion by threat, a felony. Count 4, intimidating a public officer, a felony. Count 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are all battery on an officer, the same name victim. Oh, and by the way, I do not know any of the other victims named in the criminal complaint. Those are all felony offenses. Count 10, performance of act or neglect of duty and willful or wanton disregard of safety or persons of property resulting in substantial bodily harm or death, a felony. Battery on a protected person, count 11, that's a gross misdemeanor offense. Count 12, battery by a prisoner, a felony. Count 13, unlawful act related to human excrement or bodily fluid, a felony. All allegedly occurring.
With all these serious charges stacked against him, it's clear Redden is going to be locked away for a long time. But Redden and his defense team are now trying to claim reason for insanity, and they do not believe he was in a right state of mind when the attack occurred.
He's invoking his right to a speedy trial, Your Honor. And specifically, he's also pleading not guilty based upon reason of insanity. So I want to make that clear pursuant to statute. We have 21 days prior to trial to make that announcement, but it would be not guilty by reason of insanity. Just like everybody else, and looking at the video, I thought Mr. Redden was either out of his mind or on drugs at the time of this incident. But after extended discussions with Mr. Redden, Ms. Springer, and other family members, I came to find out that he suffered from severe paranoid schizophrenia. Prior to this incident and at the date of the incident, he was without his medication. So without being on his medication, he suffered from this mental defect, and this unfortunate incident happened. It causes him not to be aware of the nature and circumstances of what he did and not bring his behavior in compliance with the law.
Redden's sister and foster mother had a brief interview where they believed that the system had failed Redden and many others like him. They further claim that he is not a violent person, and his actions to attack the judge was triggered by something the judge had said to him.
What was your thought when you saw this video that went viral? I mean, you obviously are talking about your brother here.
Yes, I just think his reactions were not premeditated. It was triggered because he seemed to have been pleading for his freedom. He has been off his psych meds since he got out of jail, but because he doesn't have an appointment until March of this year, so he has not taken anything at all. And I think when the judge says, you know, it's time for you to get a taste of, became a trigger, and in his mind, he felt threatened. We all have the capabilities to do what Debora did, and that is to leap that high when our fight or flight mechanism response is triggered when we're threatened. We can jump that high. We can leap that high. So in his mind, it's realistic that his life was really threatened, and that's what.
Do you think that this will essentially, him being sentenced, will undo all the work that he's done to repair his mental state?
No. Definitely not. It's only going to put him in a worse state of mind because the system has failed him, and that's how he feels. That's how he feels that the system fails him. So he's going to come out with that mentality and go forward in life, knowing that he has pleaded everything that he can, and being in a better place is different for us all. If he can be in a better place for a month, 30 days, for him, that's a lot.
As a sister, as a mom, what was it like to see him in the spit mask and with the scratch, the gloves?
Of course, I cried. But even from the moment that he leaped and he jumped, and this lady right here is my witness because she was in the courtroom on that day also. My first thought of mine was, please don't kill him. You know what I mean? Please, like, it shocked me just as it shocked everybody else. Like, oh my God, I went to a state of shock. You know what I mean? So it was heartbreaking, really, to see him. And like I said, at the end of the day, it's about his mental state. You know what I mean? His mental, like, we just seem to forget that.
As of making this video, the outcome of Redden's sentence is not yet known, besides the 4-year sentence for the initial battery charge. It's more than likely Redden would spend a very long time in jail until his defense team can fully convince the judges and juries that Debora Redden was and still is not able to account for his actions due to his mental conditions. Let us know what you think about this crazy situation and what you think the outcome should be. Like and subscribe for more crazy court videos.